Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's say you go and you decide to invest some money and you go to an investment firm and you invest some money and you have another bank and you go over there and you put your savings in a saving account in that community bank, in a community's bank, community investing firm. And then all of a sudden you find out that your neighbor's funds are frozen by the investment firm and by the bank. Because, I don't know, he did something that someone did not like this guy doing. So what do you think? Do you feel comfortable investing your money with that investing firm? I wouldn't. Do you feel comfortable in keeping your money, your savings in that bank? I wouldn't. And I tell you why. Because I look at this example and I was thinking, so if I do something those guys don't like it, I will be broke. I'm not going to take that chance. Unless I will pay so much attention to have no personality and no freedom or liberty or anything to be myself, because I always have to pay attention not to step on those guys' shoes so I don't go broke. So what kind of situation is this? Do you like it? I wouldn't. Well, this is what happens on the global scale with Russia and certain countries that decided already to freeze Russian assets in their countries. Assets bought, personal, mine, private property. Remember that? Yeah, okay. So this article comes from The Voice of Ukraine and is from the 28th of October 2022. So I give you news from tomorrow that are not even news. It's from the 28th of October, but it's from Ukraine, so therefore they're already the next day. We are still on the 27th. Man, back the future, right? So this article, as I said, comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, and this is the title. European Union freezes $17.5 billion worth of Russian assets. $17.5 billion. That's how much defense or security aid package United States gave to Ukraine since the February 24th. About 18 billion or something like that, or 17 billion. So, okay, that's how much. Just like that. Some countries have a national debt like that, and even more. That's just a peanut, but it's not your money. It's not your assets. According to European Commission spokesman Christian Vingard, the EU has frozen $17.5 billion in Russian assets since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Austrian news outlet ORF reported on October 27th. Around $10.8 billion in assets were frozen in the last 6 months, said Wingard. In total, 1,350 individuals and organizations were affected by EU sanctions against Russia, including assets such as bank accounts, real estate, like houses, and luxury yacht property. Okay? You paid for it, not those weasels. So that's not their right to take your property. You didn't steal it from anybody, including them. So, but they don't like you, so they can do it. Therefore, you can do the same thing. So that means that if you don't like them, can you look for them? If you know what I mean. Look and knock at their door and say, hey, excuse me, Hans, ich bin here. I came to see you. So, Germany. These are the suspects. Germany, Belgium, France, Luxembourg, Ireland, Italy, and Austria are leading the way in terms of freezing Russian assets, as these countries have the highest concentrations of Russian wealth abroad. So that's a kind of looting activity here, kind of like not even Robin Hood, because they don't get it and distribute it to the poor. They say, we're going to give it to Ukraine. That's not going to go to the poor. That's going to go to those 4 guys in charge of Ukraine, and they don't know where the money goes after that. When asked about Hungary's apparent reluctance to implement EU sanctions, pay attention to this, Wingard said that some countries still have homework to do. So Hungary is just a pupil, a student. And Wingard and the European Council and whatever that was, the European Commission, they are the chancellery. They are the principal's office. Do you understand what's going on here? That's an insult, because those guys in the European Commission exist because Hungary exists. It's the same thing with the banks. The banks exist because businesses exist and because human beings exist and their savings. So if the people die, the banks die. If a bank dies, the people don't die. It's the same thing with the Bible. Let's go to that one, because Judeo-Christian values would not let me pass through this opportunity. Remember how Adam was created? But do you remember how Eve was created? So Eve was created by God slapping Adam into a long sleep, basically knock him out, and then took a rib. And from the rib, God built that. Now, the same thing is the bank. The rib is the bank. The man is the business or the man. Now, the man, the organism, can live without a rib. A rib cannot live without the organism. It's going to be rotten over there. You know what I mean? So that's a theological teaching of who's who and what's what in this world. Just kidding. No, but that's what it is. I mean, you see, God did not take part of the man's heart or lung, you know, things that, or kidneys. Well, no, kidneys you can live without one, but liver or something that an important organ. He took a fucking rib. You know what I mean? The same here. The banks, fucking bank. But they are so important, all of a sudden they are more important than the organism. The rib is more important than the whole body. Everything is upside down here. And here you have weasel countries, and you have the Commission, who tells that Hungary has still work to do. That means they gave them a script. And until they follow the script, they will not receive money from the big bankers. But they will give money to Kosovo. I have an article about that. They give to North Macedonia, whatever that is, because I'm very curious to see where South Macedonia is and where East Macedonia is and West Macedonia is. And then, because we have a problem only because of one individual, we have this problem with North Macedonia. If Alexander the Great would not have been born in Macedonia, we would never have had a problem with Macedonia. Ever. Nobody would give a fuck about, hey, you just have North Macedonia, I have South Macedonia, you have North Macedonia, and Alexander the Great is here at Pella, not over there, and so on. It's only because of that guy. No guy, nobody would give a fuck about Macedonia. But people do. And Hillary Clinton, because there was those Macedonians who... Remember the campaign? Oh my God, that was embarrassing. But what do you expect? She was talking with certain kind of audience. So anyway, these weasels froze Russians' assets. Imagine that each and every country mentioned over there, each and every. If it's going to be about one-on-one fight, Russia will just roll over all of them. Okay? But all together, they are strong. Why? Not because they're strong only, but they have the other guy over there who pulls the strings. Anyway, I'm surprised that, I don't know, Hungary is not yet, somehow a little regime change. Probably they tried it and did not work out, but I'm waiting. I am waiting. But you can't really do that because it's right in the center of Europe, and it's kind of like destroying the aura of democracy. But they already said that Hungary is not a democracy anymore, it's autocracy, blah, 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 tra-la-la. They put the label and that's it. You're next in line. But you still have work to do. Go and do your homework, boy. And when you come back, I will let you go outside and play football. Go now, papa. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.